In Chicago, hundreds of pro Palestinian Hamas lovers are burning American flags against the law, burning Israeli flags, and chanting death to America. We're going to show you how rough it is in the streets as these peaceful protesters state their views. It's not pretty, and it doesn't look like the Republican convention at all. Claire, there have been hundreds of pro-Palestinian / Hamas supporting, Israel hating, American hating protesters in the streets in Chicago, burning Israeli flags, burning American flags. They attempted to break into the Israeli consulate in Chicago, and they were burning, like I said, American and Israeli flags in front of the consulate. They were broadcasting selfie videos chanting "F this country," meaning the United States, and I'm abbreviating what they were really chanting, and "burn it down," meaning America. And the violence was controlled by at least a police presence there somewhat. I want to show you how rough it got just yesterday. Nothing like that happened in Milwaukee.
No.
Milwaukee was peaceful and pleasant and happy. And Chicago looks like, well, almost like Chicago in 1968. Same place, same Democrat Party, same revolution in the streets, burning flags, chanting horrible slogans against Israel, against Jews, against America. Chuck Schumer made a completely idiotic comment. He's the Senate Majority Leader who happens to be Jewish, and blamed the violence and the anti-Semitism in the streets on, get this, Donald Trump. It's so stupid and nonsensical and irrational and literally out of sync with what we just saw as to not even justify a response.
You know, it did get very violent out there. I mean, this is what happens, Barry, when you allow permits to protesters from the red-green axis, as we call it, red, communist, Marxist, the green, the Islamic jihadi types, and deny permits to those who so peacefully were marching and protesting, but farther away from the venue. And by contrast, absolutely stark contrast with what went on in Milwaukee just a few short weeks ago during the Republican National Convention. What I would say is that the police did the best they could there in Chicago, and in particular outside of the Israeli consulate, which the rioters tried to assault. The police made something like 70 arrests, I've heard so far. We've still got more to go as we speak here today, a couple more nights to go in this convention. We'll see. But we'll also see what happens to those arrested once they actually hit the justice system. What are the prosecutors going to do with their cases? That really remains to be seen. And I'm not sure I have a whole lot of confidence in them throwing the book at these protesters. And by the way, desecrating, much less burning, an American flag is a crime under 18 U.S. Code 700. It is a crime to desecrate, much less burn the American flag. Let's see if anybody charges them with those offenses once they get to the prosecutors in Chicago.
Yeah, on that last point, I watched the news this morning, Claire. There was a middle-aged gentleman passing by in the street, and there was an American flag being torched, and he ran in to stomp out the fire that was burning the flag, and he got jumped by a bunch of guys in keffiyehs and black masks.
That was reporter Ben, if I get his name right, Berghoff or Burkhoff. That was a well-known reporter who did that.
Yeah, he
tried
was
to do that. Tried to defend the flag.
He was lucky to escape with his life. I mean, they went after him, and like you said, it's like the demonstrators at Harvard. Out of everyone that got arrested, hundreds charged, 2 will not graduate because of their crimes. Everybody else, no problem. All the charges are gone, and they're graduating with their class. I find it despicable that there are no consequences for this kind of behavior. Anarchy that is not punished encourages way more anarchy. It's a
100%. Agreed with you 100%.